you ready for Ray Park? All right. Before we bring him out, let's take a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Park!
Hey! How you doing? Yeah.
Ray.
How you doing, James?
How are you, man? Good to see you.
How's everyone doing? It's a small crowd.
Yes. We only the smallest
Can I
crowd
sit
for
here?
you. Please.
It's a
Just
massive
nice
chair.
Yeah, well, you're a massive star, isn't he? Oh, come on, isn't he?
Is the... Thank you. Is the force with everyone? Yeah?
But I sense the dark side here more today.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. What, you know, first off, it is so great to see you.
Yeah,
you
you
and
too.
I spend so much time together every summer. We are at Star Wars Weekends together, and you will be back to Star Wars Weekends this summer, joining me on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, 2 weekends.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know who's going to be with us? Frank Oz.
Oh, nice.
That'll be pretty cool. So, you know, and then we've got all sorts of people coming. We got Ian McDermott coming to Star Wars Weekends as well. It's going to be fun, but that's where we're usually at. But this is great to have this, and look at all these people that love you.
Yeah. Thank you. Isn't James awesome? He's awesome. Yeah, I love James.
Yeah,
you know?
whatever. We got to say it. He's the host. What are you going to do? Okay, so question number one. You've played all these great characters. I wonder if you have a favorite. I don't know if I've ever asked you if you have a favorite, but we've got these great characters. We've got Toad, you know, from the X-Men. We've got the Headless Horseman in Sleepy Hollow. Fantastic stuff. And that was Christopher Walken in the film.
And as I said, I do his voice. So together, you take my voice, put it on your body's head.
That's really
And
good.
then we have one Christopher Walken. It takes two of us to make one Christopher Walken. That's how.
Tango.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay. On Heroes. Remember Heroes? This is great. You were Edgar on Heroes. Oh, that's a good shot. I like that. You're very
Thanks.
mysterious.
I love working with Robert Neffer. He's awesome.
He's a great actor, yes. And then Snake Eyes. Look at how cool. How cool. But we top it all off with Darth Maul. Do you, it's hard to say, right? It's hard when people ask you, but do you have one that is a favorite?
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I get asked that all the time, what's my favorite role, and I actually enjoy playing all of the characters I've played. Of course, I wouldn't be here now without Darth Maul.
Yeah, well, we are very grateful that you are Darth Maul. But before we talk a lot more about him, remind your fans how this all got started. Because you were a martial artist and a champion. You're very humble. You don't like to go on about these things, so I will. A champion in many different forms of martial arts. Now, which ones? We got Wushu.
Got Shaolin, Wushu, a bit of kickboxing, kicking boxes.
Yeah.
And gymnastics.
Is that what you guys just come out and you kick boxes?
Yeah, we just kick boxes.
And the farthest, it's like they were playing Angry Birds out here. I don't know if you saw that. They would kick the boxes. So now, what is Wushu then? Can you give us kind of a explanation of that?
Wushu is more of an elaborate style of Kung Fu. You know, where say you have like this move.
Yeah.
Wushu would be that move.
So there's just a little bit more, showmanship.
A bit more showmanship, yeah.
Okay, and there's always a kind of a pop to it. Is there one that is more of that, where it's the snap? Which one is that? I'm trying to remember. There's Wushu and Shaolin. You have that great kind of
Yeah, Shaolin has it, but Wushu more so. You know,
Okay.
I always call it the Bruce Lee Elvis. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the.
Yeah. Oh, and then the little hands.
Okay.
Hey, baby. Okay. Oh, what about long fist though? Long fist is a completely different one altogether.
Yeah, it comes from the northern part of China. We've talked about this before, where
Yeah.
you know, like you've got the southern fist is shorter, and then long fist is longer.
Longer, yes, and it's that big. See, I
Big
can't do
fist.
that. It always ends up looking like a little dinosaur.
But long fist is more for like, so you got the, I hate to say this, but you know, guys who have short arms and short, like...
Yeah, like me.
are
It's okay. Go
shorter,
ahead, say it. It's all right. It's okay.
They do southern fist, and guys who are taller do long fist because long fist is supposed to be more flowery and nicer and graceful. And
you do these
big
great, big,
movements.
beautiful, and usually then you have those great costumes as well that help with some color, and they snap and they make some noise
Yes.
too. But what is the training like in all of this? Then is this hours a day and every week, and what is your regimen in that?
Before I landed the role of Darth Maul, I was training like 10 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah, I was working at Tesco's, stacking shelves, and then teaching gymnastics, and then I was training.
In training, fitting all that in. I am just always fascinated by how all of it goes. And I think we have a clip of you training. Let's take a look at these screens. All right, the light side.
So it's okay to
surrenders.
listen to Prodigy and wear purple pajamas.
That's just another day. That is amazing, amazing stuff.
Thank you.
Do you, I'm sure you get asked a lot about training. Do you have advice for anyone interested in getting into training in this? What would you tell them?
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I loved Kung Fu as a kid. I was really into Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, and then I got into Jet Li and Donnie Yen, and so I was into all the Hong Kong action. So
Yeah.
and I found a teacher that was really out of a Kung Fu movie. So like, I just enjoyed it. So any martial art you do, anything you want to get into, just enjoy it and love it, because for you to do it, you have to enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly you enjoy it. And the thing I love about like that video, I remember the first time I saw that, I thought, well, he's got to be on strings. And then it's not. And you've told me this story before about how when you were a kid, you would see these guys doing this stuff, right? And you didn't know that they were on strings?
No, so when I used to train and I used to watch these movies, I thought these guys did everything. And so when I was about 15, I was really heartbroken when I found out like how stunts are done in Hollywood. And I was really upset. I didn't realize that guys had stunt doubles and stuff.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I trained to be like the guys I watched in film.
And then you figured out how to do it without strings. That's the amazing part. Because when Darth Maul is doing those sideways things, they didn't have you on anything.
No,
That's
no
just,
wires. Yeah.
Is it harder to do in the costume as well with all that, or are you used to it because of your martial arts experience?
Well,
Or
at
is
the time, I wasn't used to wearing leather gloves, and I wasn't used to wearing biker boots.
Yeah.
It was the hardest. It was pretty challenging because in wushu you wear plimsolls, you know, like
Yeah.
the $2 things you get at Kmart.
Yeah.
And we never wore gloves, so I wasn't used to wearing leather gloves and boots.
Yeah, well, so it kind of goes back to something I know that you actually did train in, which is ballet.
Yeah.
So, guys, Darth Maul did ballet. Ballet's cool, all right? Let's see. There's a little ballet. Very nice.
Swan Lake.
I'm not trying that. Very nice. I'm not. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Ready? Yeah. Yeah.
Leap.
Pretty good. That's very nice.
James, you're a great partner.
Oh, thank you. I try. Okay.
I was amazed by like as a kid, I just wanted to jump higher. And wushu, it was all about the jumps and spins and kicks, and so ballet and gymnastics was the thing for me. Plus, there was a lot of girls in ballet class. You know.
Yeah. How you doing? And what do you train to get those jumps to get higher? It's all in the legs?
It was all in the legs, and as a kid, I found out it was more core conditioning.
Okay.
And,
Yeah. I sense the dark side lurking in your microphone. All right. Hey, how about weapons? That's a whole other ballgame. Not everybody does weapons then, right? That some people will just stay within the martial arts, but you added weapons to your... When did you add all the weapons?
I was about 15.
Yeah.
Wushu really helped. My wushu teacher said it was any weapon's an extension of your arm or your fist. And I think I thank Jet Li for this as well, because the wushu side of it and spinning, and it was more of a dance, you know, like break dancing. And
because you will do essentially what you just did, but you'll have a sword in your hand doing the same thing. But you started, I know this about you, you started with things that were as simple as a broom, right?
That's a big broom.
That's a big broom. But isn't that, and doesn't that even go back to some of the old styles where they would use whatever it was that was so...
Has anyone seen the movie Breakdancing? You know when Turbo's going do, you know? So it comes back to like, I used to break, this is before you could twist it off, yeah?
Yeah. So you would break it.
And I would like use my mother's broomstick and not hit myself, you know? and practice, because I used to love, has anyone seen Monkey Magic? Yeah? Where he used to pull out a stick from his ear. Look at that. See that good like lightsaber?
Yeah, look at that. Boy, that is...
That's nice. So I used to practice with my mum's broomstick all the time. And then before I was allowed to use a bow staff in wushu, and bow staff became one of the hardest weapons to practice, and thank God I'm known for it today.
Because this, now if we can maybe cover this a little too, because this is essentially what became Maul's weapon of choice, was based off of this. Is that correct? And there's a great story you have about that with the handle. Because, see, we all know and love this. And you know what? I know you're going to say, no, it's all George Lucas. But we have Ray to thank for this, because that was not the way it was when you first saw it, correct?
Well, originally the handle was only like a single-bladed handle. So I was inexperienced and first-time actor, and I had no experience on movie props. So when I landed a role as Darth Maul, I was given a lightsaber, and the handle was this big. And I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? I was like...
You cut your waist off.
I'm not going to be able to do anything.
You wouldn't need Obi-Wan to do it. You would have done it yourself.
Yeah, one-handed. Oh, okay. So I was like giving Nick Gillard, the stunt coordinator, all these great ideas, what I could do. I could spin, I can do all this and spin around and do this. And so I was really scared when I got given this lightsaber. And so Nick said, you better go and speak to George.
I like that he said, you better go speak to George.
And I was 22, so I was like, how am I going to have a conversation with George? I'm 22, I'm grateful for this opportunity. So George was he was great, and he said, so how can I help you, Ray? And I was like, George, and he's like, what's the problem? And I said, I was hoping the lightsaber would be as big as my waist. So he said, why don't we just flip it? So the lightsaber became the length of the handle became the length of it.
Essentially just making a mirror image of it, and that's what it is, and that's what we all know and love. But so you and George crafted this together.
Thanks,
Let's
George.
just build that
My
story even
mistake.
bigger. That's yeah. No, it's great, and it makes sense, and it's so much cooler and more intimidating. I think that way now too. So it's fantastic. Now I know you've got that one, but what if I
that it?
brought you? No, what if I? Oh, you want to? Yeah, you want to spin it around?
I don't know. You gave me a stick. I was
Well,
like,
go for it. Do a little
no,
something
no,
else.
it's okay.
Because I have these. Is that?
Oh, they've upgraded the plungers.
Yeah, look at that. They're new,
These
new and
are pretty
improved.
good, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm your local plumber. I smell good. Mike Diamond.
Look at that. Yeah. And then would you do the suction on the face? Yeah.
The Dalek.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh. And if you turn your camera sideways right now, he's walking. Okay. Okay. But then, ooh. Look at that.
Oh, okay.
Is there something in that?
Are we gonna fight?
Yeah. Okay. I'll take the blue one. Ooh. They're all dusty.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. How do we make those kind of look flashy though? There is a way. I mean, because with all seriousness, the martial artists in the old days, they would take anything and turn it into a weapon, but they would use it to then distract people too, right? And
Yeah.
flash it up.
Flash it up, distraction, and also stick out the chest.
Okay.
You know, like Silverback.
Mine doesn't work like that. Oh. And this is part of the animal styles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
the
animal
monkey.
styles. Okay, monkey. Yeah.
I have these.
Yeah. Oh no. I have a very bad feeling about this. That's very nice. Animal styles, those are great. Those are awesome. Okay, okay. We have this. This is a lightsaber, but this doesn't feel right, does it? Is there anybody in the crowd that has a Darth Maul one that's like got both sides to it? Oh, there it is. Hey, come here, my friend, here. May I borrow this from you for a moment? Okay, he goes, sure. Yeah, whatever. He's all dressed in black, and here's my lightsaber. Yeah, sure, you want to play? That's fine. Ray, I think you've held one of these once or twice.
A few times.
What's the Maul technique? Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's scary.
Well, see, Maul was very confident, you know. So he would do these flamboyant moves, and it's always like, come on,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I think it comes from Bruce Lee. I love watching Bruce Lee, and
So you were inspired by him when you were watching this, and I remember also, you were like, I get to be in a Star Wars movie. I mean, you grew up. You and I or you're younger than me, but you grew up with Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's like, I finally get to be in one. You thought you were gonna be a Jedi or something, or?
yeah. Well, when Nick Gillard asked me to come in, and he was talking to me about this character, I was like, okay, not in a million years am I going to play this guy. I'm going to end up helping out, maybe just like making tea and cleaning the crash mats. Yeah. And so to get to play a bad guy, well, I didn't want to play a bad guy at first.
No.
I wanted to be a Jedi.
Sure.
You know, as a kid at school, I always played the cop. I was always the hero.
Really?
You know, chasing after the girls.
Yeah.
You know? So I didn't think in a million years that I would be a bad guy in movies, but it's the best feeling in the world to be Darth Maul.
Yeah, and so then you take a character like Bruce Lee and all these things that he did, an actor, I should say, and take some of his characters and apply it to a bad guy, and you end up getting these moves and things that Darth Maul has. It's fascinating stuff. Yeah. So give us a little stance of Darth Maul then. So if he's coming up against Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, he'd be more like, you know, like, come on.
Yeah, see, he's staring at me. It's very scary right now.
Darth Maul doesn't have to do much.
No.
Because in Wushu, I don't know if you've seen a lot of Kung Fu movies, the bad guys would always be the most interesting guys, where the masters wouldn't even look at you. They'd be more like,
I think he's looking at my shoe and I'm terrified.
and wouldn't even look, but they can see you. And then they would do something like,
hey, let's see if we can, is there another one? Oh, that's better. Okay.
You got a blue one?
Let's see if we can recreate that scene there.
Oh, that's easy. Ready?
That's easy. So I'm up here.
You're blocking, and
I'm
I'm
blocking.
like,
Snap your pictures. Oh no.
then duck, 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 duck.
Okay. Okay.
Duck, and then block.
Block.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good.
Ready? Ready?
Okay.
One, duck, and then block.
Oh, sorry, and I just cut your leg
cut
off.
my leg
Okay.
off.
Okay. Let's see. Can we get another picture? Let's see.
Are you kidding? Hold on a sec. Okay.
Oh yeah, we gotta switch sides. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Are you
switch
serious?
sides.
You want me to do a kick? Okay, I'll do a lame.
Well, I'm not that tall, so you don't need to go up that high. Oh wait. Oh. Okay. Ready? You guys ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Okay.
When I'm in this hand, I'm like this. Okay.
Oh, I got cramp.
Oh. Did you get it?
Again, ready?
Okay. One more time. Yeah.
1, 2.
Oh. The glasses should be flying off.
You know, the last time I kicked was a year ago.
Really? At Star Wars weekends, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad I could wake those muscles up for you. All right. Okay. Yes. Let's grab a seat. Let's go back here. Oh, look at this mess you've created here, Ray. Come on now.
It's a Darth Maul table.
Is it? Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Park. Come on. Oh. You know, we have that. We got to give that back.
Oh.
Does anybody have a Sharpie?
Yes. Yes. Let me.
Ray, is that all right if we sign it?
Can I sign it, buddy?
Wow.
You too. Thank you. Now use this well, young Sith
And
Padawan.
Let that dry. Don't close that up just yet.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on. That's very nice of you
Jay.
to do.
Thank you. Is everyone still having a good time?
Yes. Can you help me with?
Ready?
Okay.
Now, we didn't rehearse that.
Sorry, Michael. Michael is our
Ready?
set designer.
Ready? Oh, we got it.
Well, yeah, then they can even it out later. Ooh,
Can I still sit here?
You can sit, please.
Okay.
Hey, you know, we had Ian McDiarmid here last night, sitting in that very chair. Anybody come and see that show? And he is a fantastic man, lovely man.
He's great.
How was it working with Ian McDiarmid?
Awesome.
Yeah.
For me, playing Darth Maul was my first time as an actor, and he just made me feel at ease.
Yeah.
You know, he made me feel comfortable in this scene. This was the first scene of the movie.
Really?
The first shot.
First shot for you? Was this
Yeah.
first time? Wow.
Yeah. And I had to say Tatooine is sparsely populated, but it wasn't quite like that. It was more like Tatooine is sparsely populated. And Ian just made me feel at ease and made me feel comfortable, and it was great. It's really nice to see him this weekend.
Yeah. Now, also, there's another person that you spent a lot of time with, and that is one of my favorite characters, Ewan McGregor. Of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You guys spent a lot of time. How often, daily, were you then sparring?
Every day. When Ewan or Liam were like filming their scenes and I was rehearsing with the stunt guys, they would come in, bish bash bosh, we'd be fighting, and then they go back and do their scenes again. So we were always rehearsing. And I always used to watch myself, of course, like being Darth Maul, I always used to watch the fight scene and watch myself. But like the last 5 years, I always watched Ewan and Liam, and those guys were great. You know?
Yeah.
Like to watch Ewan move so quickly. I
was really fantastic. And then also, but Liam, he's pretty tall, right? I mean, he's like over 6'3", or 6'3",
Yeah.
6'4" at least.
Great
and then
guy.
you guys had to kind of alter some of the fighting, right? Because of his height. Was there some like...
Yeah, because I was inexperienced to movie fighting. Because in Wushu it's all about the stances and being down low.
Right.
And Liam had to say, Ray, can you just bring it up a little bit? 'Cause I think because he was like this, and I was like this, you know? I felt really bad, you know. So I learned a lot about how to do things properly for film.
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, there you go. But that's
He
okay.
was
You're trying to undercut him there and get him. He's like, no,
I'm the
bring it
bad
up.
guy, you
Yeah,
know?
come on. What else are you gonna do? Okay, but how would you describe this character, Darth Maul? We all know how to describe him, and for some reason, we all just love this very, very bad guy, don't we? I don't know what it is. You know, there's this love of bad guys, but I think it has a lot to do with what you brought to this character and how you made it. So, what is your description of this guy? Do you think he's all that bad?
He just wasn't
Yes.
fed enough food, you know. He had a curry on Friday nights, and on Saturday he was pretty mean because he had a tummy ache.
Yeah. I wonder what he was like as a baby or something. You know, it's just like, you know, was he always this grumpy? Was he always just wanting to be a Sith? I don't know. Okay, but and how about George? How did George describe Darth Maul to you?
When we were doing a screen test for Darth Maul,
That's so cute little
that's why
Sith
Darth
there.
Maul has bad teeth.
Yeah, look at that. He's very cute.
Look at
Aw.
the diaper.
A little diaper. Yeah, it's like a little Jedi diaper. But was that one of the photos that George showed you then and said, this is where we're going? No. What was his description of Darth Maul to you?
I asked George because I was trying to be professional and trying to be like, oh, what's my intention? Where does Darth Maul come from? And didn't know what I was talking about really. But I just wanted to find out from George, and he just said, whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Darth Maul is whoever you bring to the table, and he was really cool about that.
Very
And,
open to your suggestions.
yeah.
Well, I think it paid off, don't you, folks?
Yeah, it was great.
Let's take a look at a clip of you getting ready to be this character. Take a look.
Great, thank you.
I said I wanted a faster version of what the other movies were, more energetic version. And that's basically what he gave me. And I think the key to it was that we had a good villain who was a great fighter.
I always wanted to fly when I was a kid. I wanted to be like the guys in the movies, so that's how I started my martial arts.
I found Darth Maul, and he's being played by a guy called Ray Park. And he's very good in like kendo and martial arts, and he's a brilliant gymnast. I mean, you know, he's better than I am.
We actually cast a villain who was a sword fighter. You know, when you have one of the characters who actually knows what he's doing and is really an expert at it, it definitely ups the ante for all the other actors to do their thing as well as they can. And I think it makes a big difference on the screen.
We could see immediately he had the look, he had all the physical skill, he was incredibly disciplined, and the amount of work that this guy did was phenomenal. I mean, he put everything. He spent 20 hours at the studio every day, the hatred that comes out of his eyes. There's no question that he is the serious bad guy. The makeup, which was beautifully done, instantly shows you someone who is a real menace, evil incarnate.
The look of Darth Maul, the Sith Lord, I think it's cool. I think the makeup and the horns and the lenses and the teeth, you just can't help being naughty, you know, just help being that character. I think we all have a bit of a dark side in us, and so I just try and bring that out in myself when I play the character.
I was 23 when I filmed that, okay? 22.
He's so naughty, isn't he?
So naughty.
Oh, behave. No, yeah, you were 23, you said.
Yeah,
23.
I was 22 when I was filming Phantom Menace, so I was 23, 24, so...
It's really,
It's a
really
lifetime
fantastic.
ago.
Yeah, now, okay. I don't know if everybody knows this, but you had a cameo in episode 1, right?
Yeah, I was telling someone about this the other day. I was so excited to be part of Star Wars and be busy working as Darth Maul, so I came in on my day off. It was a Wednesday.
Okay.
And so Nick Gillard, the stunt coordinator, he said, hey, do you want to be a Naboo guard? And George approved it, and Rick McCallum, and so I ended up being a Naboo guard. So,
And do you guys know that? Does anybody know that?
yeah, it was great.
Do you want to see him in it? You'll never look at this scene again the same way, because you're like, there's Ray Park! Look at that! All right.
I wish I
do we
hammed it
have
up a bit
We got
more
it.
at the time, you know?
Let's take a look. Go!
Ascension guns.
Yeah! Yeah!
You know, I remember that day because I remember Rick and George, because I was holding my laser gun and I was holding it like this. was trying to go. Yeah? And they were like, Ray, this is not Tarantino.
Oh, okay.
It was a fun day. It was good.
Did you, and you also do the, sometimes they tell you not to do the sounds.
Oh, we always did. You know, you and Liam are pew, pew. I did it on G.I. Joe, you know. I'm holding these two massive Uzis, and I'm going, pew, 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 pew. You know, like in rehearsal, go, Ray, just act as if you're shooting the guns before we give you the blanks. And I'm going, pew, 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 pew. Who didn't do that as a kid in the playground?
I still do it. I still do.
Who didn't make lightsaber noises?
But
did. I'm sure you
of
have,
course,
yeah.
yes. So I mean, you make it look very easy. But was there a particularly tough scene in episode 1, though? Anyone that comes to mind for you?
I did, of course, the end scene, you know, like,
Oh.
you know, getting chopped in half.
I rather liked it. I thought it was quite good. I don't know. Do we have a scene of that? No. I always kid you about that. I do. But I think we do. We have that scene, right? Do we take a look at that scene? Yeah, let's take a look at that scene. That's one of my favorites.
You gonna really do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. Come on. Come on.
You know what I was thinking?
There's a story behind
There's
your
a
look
story
on your
behind
face.
that. And I don't want to, like, you know, lower Darth Maul in any way, but first time actor, and I was like, how do I, because in the playground I was always a hero. I never, like, pretended to get beaten up or, you know, chopped in half. And so I was like, what can be the closest thing I could think of? And it was going to the bathroom. You know, I was like, how would I act being chopped in half? Because I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I've you know, watched it since I was a kid. But how do you act being chopped in half with a lightsaber? And the only thing I can think of was needing to go to the toilet. And that's the face of Darth Maul was,
Okay. So, with that in mind,
sorry.
let's look at it again and watch Ray's face. Oh boy. We're gonna get phone calls, aren't we?
I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
as an actor, you're trying to bring whatever
it's-
you can to
It's
the
a behind the
table.
scenes. It's very good. It's good. And I always am kidding you and giving you a bad time about it. And you like to get your revenge. And I heard you brought something. You have
Yeah.
some clip now.
I brought
This is
a
not the
clip.
protocol, Ray. You're not supposed to bring a clip. But okay, it's fine. What is
No,
this
I
clip? I'm
brought a
little
clip because I'm like, it gets a bit tiresome thinking, you know, like, you're always on at me about getting chopped in half and stuff. So I brought a clip of my own.
Okay.
And this is the way it should have finished.
You guys want to see this clip?
Phantom Menace.
Okay. All right.
Can you roll it, please? That's the way Obi-Wan should have gone.
Okay. Oh, touche,
I'm sorry,
Ray.
I'm
Touche.
sorry.
Hey, let's do some questions from the council, huh?
And now, questions from the council.
Ray, you don't mind taking some questions from the audience,
Yeah,
right?
I'd love to.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Mark, Elliot, where are you guys? Over here. Okay.
And I'm over on the other side.
Okay, Mark, let's go with you first then.
All right. What's your name?
Brian,
Brian, where you from, Brian?
Orlando, Florida.
All right. What's your question,
How you
Brian?
doing, Brian?
Hi, Ray. I noticed that Darth Maul is a very visceral, in-your-face character. Did you feel that his death met with the way his character lived, like violent and brutal, harsh?
Yeah, originally Nick Gillard had an idea of instead of being chopped in half, Darth Maul should have had his head chopped off. And you know where I force palm Obi-Wan and he falls down? Well, originally I was gonna grab him, throw him over, hold him, and then go to chop his head off, but instead he chops Darth Maul's head off.
Ah.
But George felt it was too gruesome. So
Yeah.
chop in half, you know. And in the Clone Wars, Darth Maul survives. So
Yes, that's right.
If he had his head chopped off, it would be...
And you know Sam Witwer, who
Yes.
provided the
Oh,
voice
great.
in Clone
Yeah,
Wars.
great.
I understand that you guys like run into each other all the time, like in the airport and stuff. You
Yeah,
just see
I
each
always
other.
run.
Yeah.
Paquita
maybe,
Mass.
maybe you'll see each other here. But yeah, I'm so glad that we were able to bring him back for the Clone Wars. It was,
Yeah,
it was very
it was
cool.
great to see Darth Maul because I didn't actually think Darth Maul would come back. And then so at the last celebration I was at, they introduced Darth Maul's brother.
Yeah.
So I was a little jealous. And I was like, great, I'm on stage and you're introducing Darth Maul's brother. And so I didn't follow the Clone Wars on TV at the time. I was waiting till the whole set came out on DVD. So I was watching it with my kids, and Darth Maul was part of a whole season.
Yeah.
So I said to my son, I was like, oh, Daddy should have been nicer to George, you know. Darth Maul's coming back, you know. I was always nice, but you know what I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's a good joke. It is a good joke. Okay, Elliot, I see you there. What do you got?
I've got Mark from Philadelphia.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Ray, big fan. I also train wushu, and I was wondering, what is more hard, doing training for movies or the training you go through doing horse stance and all the kicks and stuff when you do wushu?
Oh, basic training is always rewarding. Yeah, I love, like, training for films is great, but my actual competition training and basic training, horse stance and doing the the dragon stance and stuff, there's always been very rewarding to me. I don't do as much as I used to when I was 28, 30, 31, 32. But it gets harder, but I wish I'd listened to my teacher because he used to teach us some traditional gocho, you know, like 5 ancestors. And now as I get older, you tend to sort of go towards the Tai Chi style and the softer styles. But I do love practicing wushu. It's the reason why I do what I do today, and it's because of that. I've been very lucky.
Well, I think we're also very lucky to be able to watch all of this fantastic stuff that you do. Isn't that right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
We have time for a couple more questions. Mark, where are you?
I'm over here, James. Yeah, right here. Keep
right.
turning,
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
turning
Yeah, yeah.
the other way.
Other way.
Right here, where Elliot is.
Oh,
Here,
yeah,
over here.
Okay, yes, I see you.
I've got Ricky from Sacramento.
Yes. Hey, Ray, first of all, you are awesome with the fans. Thanks for coming. You make it so fun for us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
So, it's really awesome that Disney's taken over Star Wars because they're giving us standalone films. So can you do us all a favor? Have your people call the people at Disney and make a Darth Maul standalone film?
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I would love to like be disciplined for like not eat anything for 4 months and be shredded and do the whole tattoo body effects, you know, like you see in the comics and,
Yeah.
and the novels.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. If Darth Maul was coming back, he should be topless, tattooed, bigger horns, robotic legs. I would love to do it.
Wow. I smell a
you.
spin-off. That would be awesome. Yes. And Elliot, you're ready? One more question?
Yes.
Okay, sir. What do you got?
Hey Ray, how are you? I saw a picture of you. You were wearing that cloak, and I was wondering, was it really hard to train, especially in that hot? I mean, I'm a soldier in the United States Army, and
Thank you for your service.
And I've been deployed 3 times, and being over there in Iraq and Afghanistan is really, 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 really hot, especially with all that gear on, your Kevlar, your vest, your weapon. I mean, just training, just trying to
Yeah,
keep your
how do
eye
you do
on
that?
or excuse me, your mind on war and everything. So I know it was really hot there, so I was wondering if it was really hard for you to train with Liam.
At the time in Tunisia, I was very sort of gullible. I was coming from England. We don't see much sun, you know. So I was like, sun.
So you're enjoying it.
So I was tanned from the neck down, you know, because I always had the
And they shaved your head and
shaved my
everything.
hair and actually, I worked on Mortal Kombat Annihilation before that. And so I played one of the Barrackers. So it took about 3 or 4 hours to get into the prosthetics and then about an hour and a half to get out. So being Darth Maul was a breeze. And it was my first acting role. So I was really, really, I felt lucky, you know. I felt really It was hot, but it was like a martial art. The hardest thing was the cloak.
Yeah.
It was heavy, but I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
Well,
I mean,
excellent.
I couldn't imagine doing what you do. You know, like what you do is awesome. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Indeed, yes. Thank you, sir, for your service. Ray, I think, you know, we've got to end on a big note. We do this bit we call a phony photo memory. You know this one, where we always kind of rig something because although you guys have gotten some pretty good pictures of Ray doing some terrible things to me. So what else could we do? How about a phony photo memory? You guys ready for it? Yes?
Star Wars.
Okay.
Photo memory.
One last one. How about, do you want to cut me in half or something?
What do you want?
And you guys can Photoshop it. So I'll be here, and you just like put the saber there, and then all you clever people out there can go and Photoshop it and then send it to us, and then we'll put it up here at some point. Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
Okay.
So you ready? So I will be like, you know, and then you just, yeah. All right. You got it? Okay, let's do another one.
You got my tricep?
Oh, you get the tricep. Okay. And now how about one through? He's got his own.
I'm joking, sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
I've been
Okay.
taking tips from Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. He doesn't need me. Go.
All right, go
All
on.
right. How'd you
I'm
do?
sorry.
You want to impale me?
Oh,
Yeah, impale me. Okay, good. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Park. Take that from him. You take that.
Hey, buddy, thank you.
Come on.
Thanks, everyone. May the force be with you.
Ray, let's do it. Let's do a selfie here with all of us. Smile! Everybody enjoy your time in celebration. Let's hear it for Ray Park! Come back for Carrie Fisher, coming up soon.
Yeah.